Just introduce yourself to the people, who you are, what do you do, and why did you join the program?
My name is Abbos. I'm working in tech. I'm a full stack developer. Before joining the program, I had like a knee issue and posture issue, and I went to the physical therapy. Uh, and she suggested me your program, guys. And
Shout out to Dr. Gabby.
yeah, thanks for her. And so she pointed me to you guys, and that's how my journey started with you guys.
Let's talk about the starting point a little bit. Obviously, you had some posture issues, some knee issues, which Gabby addressed in PT. But then, like you mentioned, she sent you our way to do like post rehab strengthening because you were kind of like in a position where you were worried about lifting weights. You've never really seen results from it. You've had injuries in the past from other trainers. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I had like a couple trainers before, um, where I started to train with them, and after a month or two, I got injury. Then I stopped going to the gym and going to rehab or wherever. And like I kept changing trainers like that.
I want to talk about kind of the position that you were in prior to starting the program. So not just physically, but your energy levels. Like we discussed, like your energy levels at work weren't great, and you have a very demanding job, so that couldn't happen. So talk a little bit about that. What was kind of the issue in regards to your performance in your personal life and your professional life?
I had really low energy because like even on some meetings, I was like, I have a lot of meetings at work. I was like falling asleep and like for the whole day, I was like very low energy and always feeling tired, something like that. But like once I talked to you guys, you gave me like a right diet, like all the supplements I need, and then it's real literally changed everything. Like I become more like I had more energy. I was like really productive. And even like with that knee injury, right? When I first talked to you, you were explaining me like how to do the right technique I need to do and like a good warm up which I needed to do. And I was like, I know myself, like I don't think I was skeptical at that time. But when I went to the gym and tried to do that, I didn't feel any pain. Like I was like shocked and I was doing that. Where is the pain? And like that
That
was
was
great.
parts of it, man. Like because getting the physical transformation is really, really cool, but nobody likes to live having pain, having low energy, and just because people don't know, like your job sometimes you have to work 7 days a week and you're doing 10, 12-hour days just on the computer in front of a monitor, meeting to meeting, like it gets crazy. So you can't afford to feel that way on a regular basis. I mean, that's just miserable. So that was one of my favorite parts of the transformation, like just eliminating the physical pain that you were having from previous injuries and just structural weaknesses. So that was really, really cool. So let's talk about some of the wins. So aside from the actual injuries, you went through a nice physical transformation too. So you got leaner, put more muscle on.
People around me start noticing that like I start feeling more confidence. And I I feel myself like a very good mood because I have like a good body
Mhm.
now, and I never had that kind of body uh, previously. And I gained a lot of muscles, and like that helped me with all my injuries as well.
There like a specific moment in time where you looked in the mirror and you were just like, wow, like this is really working.
Yeah, yeah, that was, and you know what? I would say like people start skipping the going to the gym once they don't see any results, but like after a couple months, I saw like totally different me. Like I gained a lot of muscles, and I was like shocked, and that's motivating you to do like more. And I was like, I started becoming more focusing,
Yeah.
more focused on that. Yeah, and
What I do want to touch on really quick before we move on, a lot of people leave before the miracle happens. So you can't run until you can crawl. So for instance, in your case, we had to address the injuries and the structural issues that you were having before we were able to make an actual big physical transformation. In the same type of way where someone that's, for example, overweight and they may not have injuries, but their injury is internal in regard to their metabolism. So their metabolism might be completely stagnant. So what those people would need to understand is like you were talking about, you need to be patient in regard to the foundation and the base needs to be built before the actual physical transformation happens. Don't leave before the miracle because it does happen and it's a compounding snowball effect. So at the stronger of a base that you can build, the faster the results come flooding in once you actually open the floodgates.
Yeah, I would say I also improved like my digestion. Like I had digestion problems before that, but after talking to you guys, you guys suggested me right supplements, and after a week, I forgot about all those problems.
Absolutely. And we've had this conversation before when we were actually addressing the issue, but what a lot of people don't realize is it doesn't matter what kind of diet or program you try to follow. If you have digestive issues and your stomach is not functioning properly and not breaking the food down properly to actually use those nutrients, nothing is going to work until you fix that. Because if you're not absorbing the things that you're putting in the right way, the output isn't going to be ideal either. Yeah.
If your digestion is off, if your gut is in poor health, that's going to directly cause things like the brain fog and, falling asleep in meetings, being in bad moods all throughout the day, because your brain sends signals throughout your entire body.
Yeah. So
The diet you guys changed helped me a lot as well, because like previously trainers were giving me like a lot of food I need to consume, right? And after talk to you guys, it wasn't like hard to follow the diet because you gave me like that kind of diet where sometimes you don't need to eat or you can drink as a like a shakes or something, and that helped me a lot as well.
That's actually a perfect example of what we were just talking about. These other trainers, your goal was to build muscle, put on weight. So they threw the kitchen sink at you. They're trying to have you eat all this food, but they didn't build the foundation.
because they
So
don't know how the body
yeah,
really works.
they don't know how to fix gut problems. So they weren't able to actually build the foundation and fix your gut problems and then start adding in food. They just throw it all at you.
If you were to be in a scenario where you could go back in time and talk to your past self before you started the program, what would you tell yourself in that moment when you were like on the fence of like, should I do this, should I not?
Oh, I would definitely say just go. You will never regret that because it will transform you a lot. And I think that was a really good decision. Thanks to
Well,
Gabby again.
yeah, shout out to Gabby for introducing us. Just to follow up off that, I also want to ask you, for the people that are listening to this right now that are wanting to start their fitness journey or want to make a change or on the fence about getting help and joining the program, what would you tell them as words of encouragement or advice, in regards to what they should do?
I would say that you guys are like right people who they need to listen to, like, and join this program because you guys like giving the right instructions, which I just need to follow, and you getting like really great results, which you're never gonna regret after that. And it's
Well,
changing a lot, like your body, your health, and your mentality as well.
just to give them a little extra push, what would you say to the people that think they could do it themselves?
Oh, I think it's like it's gonna be again and again. You're gonna like you're not gonna see results, or you're gonna struggle with some like information. Why you gonna spend all this time? If there is like guys like you who already had like all that experience, and they can explain you in like a couple minutes the things you can learn like in years.